Imagine a school where every child is taught on the level at which they can attain success, where they can progress at a rate unique to their needs. Imagine a school where every child's social, emotional, physical, and educational needs are met each and every day while they are in school. Imagine a child who at the end of the school day can go home, play, and enjoy family time without the worry and stress of homework or therapies. Imagine a school that provides an inclusion program for the gifted child, the artistic child, the typical child, the developmentally delayed child.
My name is Lindsay and I am the First Impressions Director. I'm the first person you see when you walk into the school, and I have a 1.5-year-old son who goes here. He's in Miss Melissa's class.
So my name is Megan. We've been at Space Coast since the summer of 2016. We started with Cade is now 7 and Eli is 4 in the VPK program. And now we have Brecken, who is 18 months, and he is in the toddler class and doing very, very well.
Brecken is one of his little buddies. He loves to help him, and Brecken's really great about crawling around and pulling himself up, and Breckenridge always likes to kind of put his hand on his back and be his buddy.
I feel that it's been a valuable place for him to be in his development because he's in a class with kids who are self-feeding. He's in a class with kids who are walking and pulling to stand and doing all of those developmental things that we're working really hard on.
It was very important to me when I found out I was pregnant that my son be included in an inclusion school that had kids that have special needs, that has kids that thrive and are gifted, or just your typical. My brother has Down syndrome, so it was very important to me that my son grow up with kids with disabilities like Down syndrome or anything like autism, and just learning to be a friend to those kids and not treat them like they're different.
Well, they get to see a lot of modeling from their kids that are like me, or a little more talkative. They get to see a little more of what modeling would probably be the best word for it. So if they see another kid who's answering a lot of questions and getting a whole lot of attention for it, they're like, hey, I can do that too.
Well, it's nice because they get to have the role model, but they also get to be the role model in situations where they do well. So do all of my little friends sit and perfectly quietly? No, but they might have a peer model who does. And that's great to have somebody who's the same age, same size, showing them what will happen. But then on the other hand, if my kid's really great at standing in line and catching a bubble, then he's going to show his peers how he gets access to the reinforcer first.
Well, I've been in a couple schools before this, and I think the difference is that we're really like a family here. We love our kids. Like every day I come in and somebody greets me and they give me a hug, and it's very endearing. It's very sweet.
As a former teacher, I love it. The fact that he is around kids with disabilities and learns how to empathize and help others is one of the big attributes on why we chose this place as his primary daycare. And we've tried other places, and the inclusion model and the low ratio is just the best.
The services are incorporated within the school itself, and everybody is on board for the needs of the children here, whereas you have to sort of fight the school system quite a bit to get the needs that are required for these children.
With the inclusion at the other daycares, they couldn't meet his specific needs, and they were just pushing him off, pushing him out. And when we got here, it was just they met Logan where Logan was and made it so individualized that Logan was able to succeed at Logan's level. And so, there couldn't be, I think, a better place for him.
So my name is Candace Posaved, or Miss P. I'm going to be the first second grade teacher here at Space Coast Early Intervention Center. We're an inclusion school, so we have first and second grade, which is ages between 5 and 8. And what we really focus on is learning from each other. We work in small groups, which we're able to really individualize the lesson plan and work one-on-one with the kids more so rather than teaching so many at once.
I really love the school, and I love that we're able to be in here to work with them, just because every single time we've come in, we've had such a great relationship with Terry, with Megan. We talk about each kid as soon as they come in. We develop a plan. It's just so cohesive and nice to know that everybody here wants to see improvement for every child, regardless of if they're on the spectrum or not.
At Space Coast Early Intervention Center, we believe that every child of every ability deserves individualized instruction. We believe that every child of every ability benefits from inclusive classroom environments. At Space Coast Early Intervention Center, we don't have to imagine that kind of school. Because of your generosity, we've become the premier inclusion school in Brevard County. Thank you for all that you do for our kids.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Good job. High five.
Thank you.